alive!
Nobody cares about us poor beggars.
But if I formed the lattice clockwise... Oh, no, that would cause an enormous explosion.
Quality and variety. Come see for yourself.
About time you got here. Name's Daria, but my friends call me Copper. I head up the Ring of Daggers, the King's espionage agency. You're looking for Vanus, right? I'll eat sand before I give orders to the King's right hand. You want to help Vanus with his crazy plan? Be my guest. Really? Zet's tears you're as crazy as he is. I better get to work then. There are a lot of preparations to make. Vanus should be here shortly. I'll let him give you the details. Also, you owe me 10 gold. I'll collect later. So, what's the bet?
100 gold says there's an attempt on our lives within the week.
That's a sucker bet. The hidden armigers have hit us at least once a week for the past 3 months.
All right. 300 says that when the Dominion spies contact us, it'll be Cariel, not Razumdar.
Cariel? That wench knows better than to show her face around me. Mark my words, I'm going to have to hunt her down to slit her throat.
And after you do, that 300 gold will buy you enough ale to celebrate for a year.
I'll take that bet.
And share the ale if you win. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do.
If you came for crafting certification, I can assist you.
Apologies for my lateness. Thank you for coming so quickly, Champion. I've been consulting with Countess Hakruba of the Fighters Guild. Both of our guilds believe the time has come to take the fight to Cold Harbor. But this place... Trust, as always. The Alliance leaders will never agree to join forces, and if our guilds only work with one alliance, the other two will see it as a betrayal. For both guilds, our neutrality is our strength. We can't afford to take sides. The war in Cyrodiil has been long and bloody, and all three alliances are spread thinly. They can't commit resources to an assault on Cold Harbor without making themselves vulnerable. I want to bring all three leaders together, maybe cut a deal. You're in a unique position. You can speak with authority, but you're not an alliance leader. You're respected, you have a reputation. They may let you get a word in before they leap at each other's throats. In short, You're the perfect diplomat. I found the perfect meeting place. A neutral location far from disputed territories. An island called Stirk. I can get you an audience with each leader and provide magical transportation. You just need to convince them to travel to Stirk. That's all I ask. I'll open the portal. I think it's best that I travel with you and make introductions as a neutral party.
Watch yourselves, outsiders. Give us a good reason and the armigers will cut you down where you stand. We'll burn you.
And shatter you.
I have heard tales of this one. The Skull King favors the bold, even among his enemies. Come, champion, let us speak. I will stay your execution since you came all this way. But choose your words carefully. I'm not a patient king. Yes, well, I am both suspicious and curious. If you are an assassin, though, get on with it. But remember this, you're coming to Sovngarde with me. To fear death is to fear life. I am Nord. When my time comes, I will embrace it. Sovngarde will be glorious. No meetings, no schemes. But you're not here to talk philosophy. What do you want? Who? The three alliances? Has magical travel rattled your brain? Speak plainly. What do you ask of me? Where the All Flags Army was born. If the other leaders agree, I will attend. If nothing else, it should make a good story. Now leave me before my dinner gets cold.
That went well, I think. Shall we move on? Eldenroot. We should have a somewhat warmer reception there, as I have known Queen Irene for quite some time. That being said, I expect that she'll be accompanied by heavily armed guards. Irene is friendly, but not foolish. Greatly esteemed Queen Irene Arana Aldmeri, it is my great honor to present to you...
Varnus, you're so formal. I remember the patience and kindness you showed an awkward, freckled waif all those years ago on fair Somerset. You captured this child's heart then, and it remains with you to this day.
You warm an old man's heart, my queen. I remember well those halcyon days.
As do I, my old friend. Sorry about all these guards. I'm told they're necessary. These are dark days.
A wise precaution, my queen. My counsel would be no different. If you'll permit it, my companion would like to speak with you.
Ah, yes. Let me meet this hero I've heard so much about. It's not often the heroic deeds of one who by all rights should be considered a mortal enemy reach my ears. Come, let's talk. Vanus is a dear man. In many ways, he is family to me. Since he has given you... Well spoken and point taken. To be perfectly honest, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to meet you. Your exploits are legendary. A true champion is like a stone cast upon the waters of history. The ripples it creates travel far and wide. Humility is a noble thing, but you must also remain strong and self-assured. A true champion is also history's pawn, and history is a cruel and unfeeling master. But enough philosophy. What did you wish to speak with me about? And you need all three of the Alliance leaders to attend this meeting? A bold suggestion. I like it. Very well. I make no promises with regards to the negotiations themselves, but I will attend. That much I promise.
I didn't think it possible. Well done! We must return and begin the preparations. We have much to do. Come.
Tell the lovely Copper Maria that this one looks forward to seeing her light figure in her tight leathers.
All three leaders have agreed to join us on Stirk. Now comes the tricky part. Individually, the leaders are rational, even reasonable. But get them together and... well, you'll see soon enough. Everything's been prepared. Are you ready to travel to the summit? Then, with your permission, I'll open the portal to Stirk. May Auriel's hand guide us all.
The word has been given.
A moment, please! I'll wait for you on the other side.
Our representative, Captain Alfari, is in charge of security on Stirk.
Welcome to the island of Stirk. Representatives from all three alliances are gathering at the meeting place. It's just up ahead, through the ruins. I'm told they'll be arriving at the meeting site by portal any moment. After all the bloodshed in Cyrodiil, I fear the leaders won't be quick to trust one another. Perhaps you can help them see the wisdom in cooperation. I don't envy you the task. We've already assembled quite a team of experts for the Cold Harbor invasion itself. I'll try to introduce you to some of them on the way to the meeting. Lead on. 2 kings and a queen with barely a thimble of patience between them. Reaching a compromise will be no small task, I promise you. Third. Look!
isn't a good
It's
time.
Lady Laurent! Wonderful. It's Tellinger. Here's Tellinger the Artificer himself. Must it always take a crisis to pull you away from your toys, Telly?
Vanus, your robes smell of failed experiments and your words of failed wit.
Tell me, Telly, what Dwemer rubbish pit did you crawl out of this week?
You really must learn to respect your betters, old friend.
Do let me know when one happens by, won't you? I don't have the time or the energy, Tellinger, so I'll bid you good day. The captain in charge of security, Alfari, is over there.
High King Emmerich of the Daggerfall Covenant. Queen Irene of the Old Merry Dominion. Yoren Skald King of the Ebonheart Pact.
We must put aside our differences and work together, or this assault is doomed from the start.
How do we know this isn't a ruse? A clever plan to divert our forces while your armies take the Imperial City.
I thought backstabbing was your favorite tactic, Emmerich.
Please, are you both so arrogant? Your weapons are children's toys compared to the horrors that Molag Bal commands.
I will not wager the future of my people on the word of a snow barbarian and an adolescent female. I fear for Tamriel's future if either of you were to sit upon the Ruby Throne.
Since when do you care about your people? You never lift a finger except to count your gold.
Please, my lords, this bickering is pointless.
What a waste of time.
Obstinate fools, both of you.
What a mess. Apologies, Vanus, but I'm going to check on my Lion Guard.
Intractable fools. Their pride will see us all dead. We've served as the first line of defense against Molag Bal's invaders, destroying his dark anchors all across Tamriel. They've succeeded in reducing their ranks and leveling half of Cyrodiil. What do you think? Willing and able. But, like the Mages Guild, we are constrained by a non-interference pact. The alliances will only tolerate our presence in their realms if we remain neutral. Unless all three alliance leaders consent to it, our hands are bound.
This is going about as well as I expected, unfortunately. Even if we can get them to stop bickering, they'll never agree to send troops to Cold Harbor. That would leave Cyrodiil unprotected. An interesting idea, but they need to stop bickering long enough to consider it. Why don't you visit each of them in their camps? See if you can reason with them individually.
Save your breath. I will not be swayed by Emmerich's lapdog. But what about the war in Cyrodiil? If I commit troops to this invasion, the Pact will be vastly outnumbered there. Wizards and mercenaries against the Daedric hordes. Without the Ebonheart Pact, they do not stand a chance. Perhaps. But I must think about this. Go! All this talk has given me a headache.
Your king needs to stop talking out of the side of his mouth. He has a lot of Dominion blood on his hands. We're not going to easily forget that, and we're certainly not going to fight by his side in Cold Harbor. Is there? What did you have in mind? Perhaps. But we don't know enough about Cold Harbor to fully understand what they'd be up against. Nor do I, but I'll agree to nothing until I've conferred with my advisors. Now go annoy the others. I've had enough for one day.
This meeting feels like two wolves and a sheep discussing what to have for dinner. I will not sit back and let them pick up my bones. That's more than I'm getting from them. What do you suggest? I don't doubt their commitment or their bravery, but they are few, and Molag Baal's followers are legion. All right then. I'll agree, provided you can convince the barbarian and the child queen. I don't envy you the task. They're more pig-headed than I am.
I know you. You exposed the Mad Constable in Koglin village. Rovtka guide you.
Any luck? Or are they still at an impasse? I hope they come to their senses soon. We're going to lose the element of surprise. With very good reason, but the sooner they come to an agreement that... Does the air feel strange to you? That's odd. All of a sudden it feels like a storm is approaching. I have an ill feeling about this.
He has arrived. I can't.
Chaldean! What's happening?
Go! Get away from me! Run!
These are the great leaders of Tamriel. Pathetic. But how convenient to have them gathered together in one place, so I can crush them like insects.
Stay back, Countess!
The insects fight back. How amusing, and yet so very sad. All of Nern shall be mine.
Chaldean!
Protect the leaders, defeat Molag Baal's minions, and close the unstable ranks.
I thought we were safe here, hidden from the enemy. The god of schemes grows more powerful by the day. Agreed. There's no time. Yes, at the Iliad Well at the center of the island. After that terrible display of power, I don't think they have much choice. Honored leaders, you have seen the face of our enemy! Molag Bal threatens every living being in Tamriel. The Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild have agreed to join forces to launch an assault on Cold Harbor!
Trust in us. Sanction our actions. Give us your blessings. We will not let you down.
Vanos is right. The guilds are our best and only choice. Send them to Cold Harbor.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with Emmerich.
As do I. It appears that much of the distrust between our alliances was sown and nurtured by the god of schemes.
Molag Bal thrives on deception and chaos. But if you'll forgive me, this alliance war is of your own making.
Countess Hakruba, gather the surviving members of both guilds in the Sturk interior. The champion and I will go there now to open the portal.
We'll be right behind you, Vanus.
The time has come, champion.
Let's go!
Stendarr, protect us all! We're as ready as we shall ever be. Unfortunately, yes. It's not the massive army we'd hoped for. But now that Molag Bal knows we're coming, a smaller group might be our only hope of slipping into Cold Harbor undetected. It's difficult to predict where you will emerge once you reach Cold Harbor. Be on your guard, my friend.
As a famous treasure hunter and expert historian, it's no wonder the Mages Guild specifically asked for me to come along. I do hope my manservant Stibbons can handle the sights of Cold Harbor, though. He's a rather sensitive sort.
Molag Bal's realm is one of the most dangerous and inhospitable places in all of Oblivion. We must not take this invasion lightly.
Our job will be to help Vanus with the portals. We'll need a lot of them to establish supply lines after we start conquering territory.
Cold Harbor? I don't mind admitting that this old dungeon delver is probably more excited than she should be. I can't wait to see what kind of artifacts we can recover.
I'd rather not get eaten by a Daedroth, but I dearly love a few of their teeth.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to break a few Daedric necks.
I wonder if there are any beautiful ladies in Cold Harbor. Or is that... I wonder if there are any beautiful ladies in Cold Harbor. Or is that a different Daedric prince?
The Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild working together? This one never expected to see the day.
Are there any spells or traps in Cold Harbor that could turn me into a chicken?
I'd just like a fair warning.
There aren't any goblins in Cold Harbor, are there? I have a profound dislike of the vile creatures.
I'm ready to cleave some skulls. Do Daedra have skulls? I imagine they do, depending on which type we run into.
I don't know how you managed to pull this off, but the guilds are with you.
Hello, what's this? Survived then, have you? Jolly good. Jolly good. Rotten luck. They arrived in Cold Harbor, but in entirely different locations. Bloody unpredictable. Portals to oblivion. Not to mention Molog Ball's defenses. Nasty beasties abound. Off you go, over the bridge and head inland. There's a good chap. Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see you. I was afraid you'd snuffed it. What bridge? Is there a bridge? Tricky things, bridges. Tend to have all kinds of hideous creatures living beneath them. Except that one over there. That one leads to the Hollow City. Dreadfully dull place, and a real eyesore if you ask me, but I suppose it's where you want to start your quest. Welcome back to Cold Harbor, old chum. Jolly good to see you. I was afraid you'd snuffed it. Welcome to the beautiful gardens of Cold Harbor. Do have a look around. Lovely day for it. Soak up the ambiance, the grandeur, the wonder of it all. I have the honest feeling we've discussed this before, or did I already mention that? No matter. I am Sir Cadwell, the Undaunted. Am I not speaking the common tongue of Nirn? I was once fluent, but time does get on, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I forgot the question, though I'm quite sure I already answered it. You really should pay more attention. Did I? I don't recall that, but there is a bridge just ahead. Leads to the city. Rather a drab, empty place at present, but a little paint, a potted plant or two. And honestly, it's not as if you've got a lot of choices right now, so off you go. Sane, that's in the north, isn't it? I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Very few would dare to enter them. You may refer to me as the groundskeeper. one of the few survivors that remain. I tend to this city. The magic that protects these walls and keeps us safe requires constant nurturing against the hazards of Cold Harbor. It just needs life to return it to glory. It could be. There is no safer place in Cold Harbor, for Molag Bal's reach cannot extend into the Hollow City. That is what was intended, and that is the way it is. Please walk with me. Let me show you why this city will serve your needs. Watch and listen. While I could explain things to you, it will be better to simply show you. The history of the city permeates these streets, and with a bit of magic, I can reveal it to you. Now come, let us walk. Long ago, this city existed in Nirn. It was alive and vibrant, and went by a different name. Its people were devoted to Prince Meridia, the Radiant One. They lived in peace and assumed themselves safe from any dangers. But Meridia has enemies, such as the despicable Molag Bal. The Prince of Murder sent minions from Cold Harbor to destroy her beloved city. The city's defenders did what they could, but she also saw an opportunity. Molag Bal's open portal worked both ways. The time had come to take the battle to Cold Harbor. Meridia warded the city and pushed it into Cold Harbor. The city arrived intact, but many of its inhabitants were either killed or scattered by this realm's protective spells. Even the Ayleid king was captured. Still, Meridia had accomplished the impossible. She stabbed a dagger into Molag Bal's side. A portion of her realm was in his domain, and he could not touch it. The survivors lost faith, however. One by one, they left the safe confines of the city to try to return to Nirn. They were foolish, and they paid the price for rejecting Meridia's edicts. Meridia foresaw a day when an opportunity would arise. An overconfident Molag Bal. Champions from another plane. On that day, this city would become the focal point for the assault against the Lord of Schemes. I say that the day has finally arrived. The great mage, Vana Scalarian, the Ayleid king, and you, our last best hope. You must gather your allies and bring them here. This city shall serve you well against Molag Bal. Know that every choice you make in Cold Harbor will have an effect on the Hollow City. It shall be reborn with every person you save, forged into a weapon by your own hands. I am your advisor. We both wish to stop Molag Bal's machinations. I offer you what help I can. The Hollow City awaits you and your allies. Use it wisely, and it shall not fail you. You must gather those who were lost. King Dinar and Vanus Galarian have vital roles to play, and they must be at your side. Rescue your missing companions. Return the Hollow City to its former glory, and we can begin the assault on Molag Bal. You shall require more than just the king and the mage, of course, but they are as good a starting point as any. Others in this realm, allies current and soon to be, all have important parts to play in this endeavor. As you seek out the mage and the king, I'm sure you shall meet others who require your aid. Look for those you trust and who would be willing to join us here. Go west, beyond the Moonless Walk. There you shall find the Ayleid King, held within a tower of darkness. Vanus the Mage is somewhere in the Eastern Plain. His exact location is hidden from me. I recommend heading west first to find the Ayleid King, but the choice is yours. If you wish to free King Dinar, you must recover the lights of Meridia. The lights have the power to unlock his prison of darkness. As you no doubt noticed, Molag Bal's realm has its own defenses. Things that teleport onto this plane tend to get scattered, as were your allies, as were the lights. They could be anywhere, but most likely, they are guarded by Molag Bal's forces. Rumors only, I'm afraid. I have heard tales of a strange prison to the northwest, a tower that is not a tower, that guards one of the lights, and others whisper of a vile laboratory to the southeast that distorts the purity of Meridia's light. Originally, the lights were a gift from Meridia, power that protected the city and made life easier for its inhabitants. When she pushed the city into Cold Harbor, she filled the lights with even more of her divine power. King Dinar is trapped within a tower of darkness, bound by shadows and dark magic. Meridia's lights can unravel those bonds. Without them, you won't be able to set the Ayleid King free. I recommend heading west first to find the... As you no doubt noticed, Molag Bal's realm has its own defenses. Things that teleport onto this plane tend to get scattered. As rumors only, I'm afraid. I have heard tales of a strange prison to the northwest. A tower that is not a tower, that guards one of the light.
This is just terrible. What should I do? What should I do?